It could be. Usually stag bows are good, and usually I run with them. I know my original character had a stag bow, but I couldn't pick it up before. I should have kept one of those identification things on me, shouldn't I? Doesn't matter. We'll get to that later. Let's pop that in there now, and that's going to stump me later when I'm like, oh, where's my inventory space? I can just put it in. Oh, it's full already. You know how it is. Also, I'm still sitting up straight, so there's no prawning yet. Eventually you'll catch me prawning in real time. I have been like really bad lately because like when my shoulder gets painful I kind of slouch a bit. Just to kind of like lower my arm down towards the bench a bit because I'm really tall compared to the desk. For anybody that doesn't know, I have well, for starters I'm tall, right? But when my chair broke, I think last year, we couldn't get the spindle underneath to unfuse. It had basically like snapped into place, and the you know the compression thing that lets your chair go up and down, right? So the two of them got fused together, and we couldn't get it apart, and the spindle itself broke. So I had to get a replacement one, but it's like that much taller that now I sit probably 1.5 to 2 inches above where I'm supposed to be, equal to the desk. So even if I'm sitting upright, it's not ergonomic, and so like I tend to slouch because that's part of why we've got prawning, the posture check, to prevent me from like slouching and shit. But my chair is getting pretty old, and it is getting pretty fucking rickety. Like if I actually like don't carefully sit down, the kind of cracks and creaks this thing makes, I'm just like, this thing is broken somewhere. So eventually I'll replace it. These things are never fucking cheap, so I'll replace that sometime when it breaks. You know, beyond repairable kind of breaks. Chairs are gangsters to me. Why? I actually have a lot of my chairs actually break. I don't know if it's I go for the wrong kind of chair, or if I just am like a really shit chair owner. But like, so many of mine are snapped. I don't lean back for starters because I've got like back injuries, right? But the thing is, like when I used to lean back, the back of the chair would snap off, and I would go flying out the back of my chair. So that's why I don't lean back anymore at all. But since then I get like nowadays I get what are they called, executive chairs. I get executive chairs because they are, the back and the base are one piece. They're like a L shape, and so they can't physically snap the back off, but it puts a lot more weight and pressure on the spindle and the compression thing, so that part breaks more, and the wheels get stuck in the carpet flooring we've got in here, because obviously like I've been at this space for like years and I've had one of those floor protector things, so the carpet's kind of like pinched kind of thing. So yeah, that doesn't help. It just gets like, I think it drags on the wheels a little bit, is what it does. What have I got space for? Maybe. I never drew this kind of space before. Yeah, see, I have, but I just haven't drawn that kind of a face for my character. 7 to 23. Not enough. Looks nice though. Yeah, no, I've drawn the kind of face that I want to do for an emote. My only problem is I haven't drawn it in like a legitimate character of my character's style. And I want her to, I kind of want it to look right, you know? At least like my emotes and stuff, I want them to kind of look relatively consistent and shit. What else? Find it cool. Oh, the chairs. If I show my chair, you would be very surprised at how many things are broken that can actually, what? Got new features from it? What? How many things are broken that I actually got new features from it? I don't quite follow a waiver. Can you Can you explain a bit more? I don't buy nice chairs because the cats will shred them. See, I'm at the point in my life where I just don't give a shit if the cats shred them. I mean, they're my cats. It's my possessions that they're shredding. As long as I'm okay with it, it doesn't really matter. Because, like, I legitimately don't have guests. And if I was to have guests and they were like, oh my god, your stuff is destroyed by your cats, how awful, I'd be like, get the fuck out. Like, legitimately, that's how I would feel about the situation. Also, welcome in, Keelan. I see you, Nyai. You seem unusually small today. I always am in Diablo. Diablo, I'm, like, teeny tiny. You can usually tell how much I, like, really love a game. Is I will try to, like, Diablo is one of those ones where my avatar is like tiny because I don't want to block nothing in here. Mind you, there are other games that I do love that I will what am I stuck on? Oh, my fucking decoy. There are other games where I will still have like a bigger avatar even if I like them. Like I like Once Human and 7 Days to Die and stuff, and I still have a bigger avatar on those. But this I just don't want to block anything because if I bring up my inventory. Not that. There we go. See how, like, I'm not really in the way of anything? Like, you can still see the little key in the corner that I never move. But the rest of it isn't blocked, kind of thing. So I try really hard not to be in the way of shit if I can. If I can't, I just try to place myself as best I can, you know. One might say pocket size. Lol. What are you thinking, Keelan? Are you thinking of, putting like mini kitty me in your pocket, are you? That could happen. It's quite possible. I don't know if I've got the space for this. I probably don't. Also, Keelan, what fucking level are you up to in Once Human, if you don't mind me asking? Welcome in, Mathless. I see, Mathless. I keep getting go live notifications for you before I finish stream. But then when I go look at your channel, there's no VODs and you're not live. Are you okay? Is that like a mistake? Am I missing your streams or something? Because like I've been trying to catch them, and it's like I get a notification sometime after my stream because I turn my phone mostly off so I don't have like internet or any kind of notifications. So when I turn it on after stream, it pushes through and it's like Metals was live, and I'm like, cool. Let me just click on that, and then I click on and I go to your page and nothing's happening, and I'm like, what the fuck? So I just wanted to check. That's right, that's 7 to 23. What are those two? What else? So for example, my chair is so broken that the back part is off, but not completely off. It just sits there horizontal, and this looks cool, and I usually put my phone or charger or other junk on it. That's fair. Actually, at one point when one of the backs of my chair snapped off, I actually put it on the ground off to the side, and we were going to get a new hinge to reattach it. But we didn't end up doing that because Phoenix ended up deciding to make it like a little leather cat bed that he could like sleep in, because it was like the perfect cat shape too. It was one of those the gamer style chairs, so I don't tend to get those anymore. But yeah, he decided to like lay down on it, and then he'd use it as if it was like one of those, like, you know, the horizontal kind of cat scratching mats you can get for cats. He acted like it was one of those and would scratch the shit out of it. He seemed to like really enjoy scratching up like the leather of it. Now obviously it was like the leather stuff, you know, the fake shit, but still, he loved it. He loved it so fucking much. We didn't throw it out for like a year. It just sat on the corner on the ground. Like, I had a new chair for a year. That new chair broke in the space of the year, and then we threw out both the chair and the old back of the other chair. It was hilarious. And then I stopped getting that kind of chair. And I started getting executive ones. I actually had a really gorgeous brown one that smelled so nice. I can't even explain it. It just, I don't even know why it smelled nice, but it smelled nice. But the ass part of it had like zero cushioning. I mean absolute zip. And so like it didn't take long before like my ass cheeks were just up against like, you know, flat hard fucking wood seating with, you know, the bolts and shit. Fucking uncomfortable. So that one was one of the probably the first and only chair I replaced before it was completely dead, because I had to get a cushion for it. But again, the cushion sat me up too high, so we just kept that as like a guest chair for like when we had like relatives and shit come and stay and game and stuff. And that was fine. That was fine till, I don't know, something happened with it and I think it fell apart. I feel like it did. It was one of those really fucking weird, obscure things that like over time with like lack of use it eventually started deteriorating. A little weird one, that one. Yeah, it's like when something broken has a new use. Yeah, I do like that too, because we still have my original... Okay, for everybody that's old enough to remember this, do you guys remember the really, really old computer chairs that have like the crappiest like old style foam covered material seat and back? And it has like this kind of like, what is it? What would I call that? I'm not even sure. Hold on. Let me get a fucking picture. I would not normally do this during Diablo, but I can't actually explain it. If I can even just get a description of what this is. Let me just Google that. I won't bring the image into here, but what does it say that that part is? Like the, it looks like a spine. You know, the connector part between like the seat and the backing looks like a spine. That kind of thing. Yeah. So we still have my old original, very, very first computer chair that I've had since I was 16. Well, not like the original that I grew up with. I mean, the first one I bought myself. It is a footrest under the desk. Because it's literally just a spindle with like a bit of a seat, although it's pretty destroyed now. It's like putting your feet on it over years and years and years kind of like wrecked it. Kind of torn up the material and shit. And the foam is definitely disintegrating. But for a long time I used that as a footstool under the desk because I like to cross my legs, and some of my chairs haven't allowed me to sit cross-legged at the desk. And now I have like an actual legitimate proper footstool thing like you would actually have at a fucking desk. You know, or a table or something like that. It's wild that I have this, for me anyway, because I'm like, it's not something that I thought I'd ever actually officially get myself. But yeah, I think that was like a birthday or Christmas present a couple of years ago from Nick, was because I used to use the other one and it used to put my legs at just the perfect height under the desk. And yeah, this was like twice the size of it, and it has a solid base, so it's not on wheels. And as you may remember, during one of my second or third art streams, I broke my toes sliding into the computer room by accident because I slipped. I slipped on the carpet, and I slid in and broke my toes on this footstool on the base of it because it's solid. I can tell you it hurt like fuck. It's also one of those things where now, whenever I like walk or lay on a weird, like, you know how as you get older, you just have like this weird night sometimes when you just wake up and everything fucking hurts randomly. Well, anyway, I do that occasionally, and every so often, like, my toes, where I had the broken toes and shit, just aches. And I'm like, well, I guess this is one of those things I'm gonna grow older with, is just like random toe aches from like breakages and stuff. Oops, I didn't mean to put you in the portal. But yeah, I don't know.
Not here.
It makes me wonder if it had been the spindly one that has the wheels, if I would have actually broken my toes, or if I would have like smashed a knee or something instead. For anybody that doesn't know, I'm extremely naturally like accident prone, like on an anime kind of level. This is why I relate to like my anime self so well, is I'm just an actual legit klutz. That one does increase speed, but I don't need the maximum stamina. Yeah, I don't know. I do all sorts of shit all the time. I'm not even joking. Like, all of it sounds as like super cliche bad stuff. Like, I walk into doors because I don't have good like depth perception of where the fuck my body is. I I slide over on surfaces that have maximum traction. I don't know. I'm just like really uncoordinated in some way. It's very special. Well, let me get a drink. Oh. It's like when something... No, sorry. I don't know what to feel. My mind is constantly thinking about dentist vacation. It makes me happy and nervous. Yeah, that's anxiety, a waiver. So you're a little bit anxious to travel and you're anxious about your dentist appointment, which is, by the way, absolutely normal. Completely normal. Everybody more or less feels that. Like, you're happy and excited to travel, and I assume on some capacity you'd be happy to have the dentist appointment over and done with pretty soon, so that, you know, it's in the past already. So excited because of things I want to do on vacation. Yeah, no, that's normal. The only thing you could probably try to do is, you know, like the breathing exercises, just to like help calm yourself down about the nervousness side of it. Apart from that, I don't know. Like, you could try to take your mind off it, like, or creatively use it to, like, fuel creativity and stuff. Like, you know, you could draw a picture. You could draw some pictures of, like, characters traveling or conquering the dentist or, like, fighting teeth and all sorts of, like, it sounds really silly, but sometimes just doing stuff like that allows your mind to think about it without thinking about it. So it might help. I mean, apart from that, like, just committing yourself towards other tasks. Like, if you don't want to think about it, if you want to, like, get it off your mind, is, like, just committing to doing another task. Like, for instance, like, cooking or doing a, I don't know, like, some kind of a craft, like sewing, stuff like that. Going and doing some chores, stuff like that will also do it. Mind you, doing chores might allow you the time to think about it, but it may also, what you can also do is you can set like a time of like 10-15 minutes and just say, I'm going to think about this specific thing for 10 to 15 minutes and let the thoughts just think, let them play out, and then after 10-15 minute time it turns off, just say, that's it, get up and go do something else. And if you feel like you need more time to think about it later, set another timer, maybe in a couple of hours time, and go for it again. I think sometimes not thinking about it makes it worse, and sometimes like letting your mind think about something allows it to be at peace with it. So it really just depends what you need, and you'll only find out by trying, you know. Good advice, Blake. Well, thank you, Mirthless. I know, I feel like sometimes I've got the good advice. I kind of have a heap missing down here. Sometimes I feel like I've got like some kind of sound advice because like I've had the experience and I kind of know what to do because I haven't had any kind of advice myself, so I've had to figure it out already. You know, life experience stuff. Other times I know somebody that's been in a position similar and I can kind of draw on that. And other times it's just whatever's the most logical to me. Like, you know, sometimes people say that the simplest solution is sometimes the easiest or best solution or something. And that the easiest solution isn't always obvious to everybody, you know. So sometimes it takes somebody else's perspective to like think of it. Actually practicing the guitar again. Nice. Because I want to perform on the street and get some money. What are you trying to like work towards? Reminds me of something else you wanted to do the other day. I can't quite remember. DJing. DJing was the other thing that you wanted to do. Is it more so that you'd like to like have some kind of income? Is that what it sort of is? Or is it just like a creative outlet that you can kind of like let people experience like your expression and stuff in like a raw platform? I'm doubling back. I reckon I'll be doubling back up to, well, shit. Yeah, stop right there. perform on the street, it's money. I don't think he ever gave me bad advice, or anyone else. I don't remember anything where I'm like, I don't agree with your advice. That's fair. I don't know, I don't purposely try to give anybody bad advice. Like, if I'm ever unsure if my advice is going to be, like, good for somebody, I will usually say that it is just, like, my thoughts, and it may not help and stuff. But that's more so, like, I just want you to know that it's, like, if something doesn't turn out, you know, I am still human. I make mistakes, you know. So just, you know, go easy on me if I get something wrong. Fucking hell, there's too many here. No mates, back off. Where I live right now, I can't perform on the streets unless I have a permit. But on vacation, we don't need that. Oh yeah. So it would be like, where you are in the Netherlands, you can't do busking. But wherever you're traveling to, it's allowed, you're allowed to do busking. But like, would you be trying to get a permit beforehand, before you go? Like, do you know who and where to go through and stuff to get the permit? Because I know that if you just turn up and set up a spot in the street without a permit in some places, it's not always a good thing. I don't think it's so much like illegal, but it's definitely one of those things where it's like kind of frowned upon, you know? So if you plan to, just make sure that you do have a proper like government issued busking permit and stuff. I'm not sure where this is going to take me, but this will be fun. I kind of like these because it's like, where the fuck am I going? Oh, that way. Alright, hold on, let me go back. I haven't finished going down here. Actually, I feel like when I go down, it's going to be down there. What's the bottom one going to take me? Hold on. I didn't try the bottom one over here. I just want to see. Where are you going to take me? Yes? Maybe. I don't know. Sorry, I'm just waking up. Permit for busking. I'm still dreaming I was just UK. What? Also, I hope you had a good sleep, Shadow, even if it was just a nap. We were talking about a waiver would like a chance to do some busking with the guitar on their vacation when they're visiting their grandma. Because where they are in the Netherlands, you can't busk, apparently, but where they're traveling to, they can. So it sounds illegal, but yes, going to less developed country. It sounds super rude, but I'm sure we don't need a permit where I'm going. No, that's fine. Some of the, let's put one of these over here. No, it's not super rude or anything like that. It's not even rude. It's just like, the more kind of, what do you call it? The more kind of stick up the butt kind of location you go to, the more you'll find there's like rules and regulations and shit surrounding what you can and can't do in public and stuff. So where you're going to doesn't sound like it's as particular about what you should and shouldn't be doing in public, which is good. But yeah, no, I get it. I also explain stuff like really weird sometimes, but that's okay. We don't need clear and precise explanations. Whoa, shit. Oh man. God damn, this is gorgeous. Like, it's mostly just 90% flames, but still. No, let's go up. Oh, shit. Too many people. And I don't know if I took my Valkyrie with me. Eliza is dying. Eliza's dying bad. Let's get you health. She must be in the thick of this. No, give her health. Please tell me I'm giving her health. Good, it's working. Fucking hell, I thought she was gonna die. Look, I'm not worried about carrying shit. I'm trying to... There we go. I'm trying to get shit, like, resurrected and stuff. Holy hell. If it's illegal, just go play your heart out. We'll most likely grant you some cash for nice music.
I can't carry anymore.
That's true as well. Usually people... So long as you're, like, not in their face or in a place where, like, they can't, if they choose to not wish to support you, that they can't just casually avoid you. If you're in like a place where you're close enough to people passing by that it's not much out of their way to walk over and like support you and stuff, then that's fine. They'll appreciate your thought and time put into like playing the music and thinking about where you're standing and, you know, the people passing by and stuff like that. Sometimes it's just a tiny bit of being mindfulness about the people around you that can also be seen and appreciated and stuff, you know? I am mowing through the health. I need to buy like regular health so I don't use up all my good shit on this. What I just need to put all this away. I need that for later. Was it? She explained that it was only because she was on mountains and how shooting is more of a cultural thing. What? Oh, wait, I missed something there. Sorry. I was like, what the fuck? When did this change to shooting something? Oh, I missed something, but yeah, no, hold on. The most legal thing I've seen my grandma do is shooting a gun in the open. And first time I saw that, I was like super shocked. I would be super shocked too, because in Australia, we do have guns, but they are incredibly regulated. So what I mean by that is that you cannot carry a visible or, I don't know about concealed weapon and stuff like that unless you have permits. And even then, it's such like a weird thing for somebody to walk around with a weapon that isn't like a knife or something. Like in Australia, it's much more common to have stabbings than it is to have shootings because we just don't have like guns and shit here. You have to go through so many psychological evals, shooting range lessons, safety, all sorts of stuff. And then once you have got it, I think you have to, there's something you have to do, I think every so many years, I believe, to reapply and re-register, I think, your guns and shit. Something along those lines. I think there's like an annual registration thing so that the government basically knows who has guns and what they're using them for and where they are and whatever, and if they've been shot. Recertified, thank you. No. Yeah, that's what I meant. I said sometimes I forget words and I'm just like, I'll use a longer explanation to explain something that is like a one-word answer. But yeah, Australia's very much like that. So if I was to see anybody shoot a gun, just like start shooting for no reason, it would be really, really weird. Like the closest we had to something like that, so really, really fucking funny story, is that when my cousin last came to visit...
I can't.
No, I need you to change over... There we go. Change over weapons. So when my cousin last came down to visit, he brought with him all of his gel blaster guns, right? Which is like a... it's kind of like airsoft. It's kind of like... What else is it like? Paintball? Stuff like that. It's not a real gun. It looks and feels a lot like a real gun, but it's not a real gun, right? So, oh god, I'm gonna need to go back and get arrows. So we had a really funny moment where he brought over his and his mate's guns because he drove his friends down with them and they were doing some kind of a gel blaster tournament type thing here. And so he had all of the different guns in his car, and so he rocked up and like it was so fucking shady. He rocked up and he like opened up his boot and started, you know, putting the guns together in the driveway, you know, fucking locking and loading the pieces. And like our neighbors were all watching, right? But then we went into the backyard and we started like shooting them at each other, and I just had like this super nosy neighbor next door just like pretend to work on the fence to keep an eye on us. And I'm like, I know what he's doing, because like that part of the fence, he's already fixed that. He doesn't need to work on that right now. I know that he's just like, he's watching because they look really real. So I know what he's doing. But it was it was hilarious, especially when he was like, you go stand over there and I'll shoot you. And I just saw in that moment, my neighbor's head 100% came up and over the fence to look. And I'm like, he's not subtle. He's not being subtle about this at all. But yeah, after that, like, I don't know. I think, like, because it didn't sound like a regular gun going off. Like, we've had some interesting things around here. We've had a drug lab explode in the middle of the night. That was fucking entertaining, as it was like a few streets over just fucking blew up, house fire. We have had gunfights. We've had, what are they called? You know, the auto scrappers? Like the people that, like, scrap down cars to, like, part them out and stuff. Like, we've had that as well. So, like, we've had a lot of, like, sus activity around here at times. There was a couple of years where we just had, like, a lot of crime and